I just want dick toy credit.
Hi, everybody.
That's it.
Where did my tits go? Oh, there. I'm putting 2 of them, apparently.
Your tits go.
2 tits.
Are they birds?
Yes.
Yes, caca.
Blue-footed boobies.
Cock.
Do we even need to... Okay, what happened last what happened last episode? Does anyone know? I don't know.
Everybody died.
Who died?
Except for the important people.
Yeah.
I did the great reveal of Zerk's voice.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
Rawr.
No.
Alright, you all can see it on
Fucking
Discord.
Floyd hates the fact that I still will talk like berserker sometimes in the car.
Really?
Look, man, it's not that I hate you because you do the voice. I just hate you.
Damn.
Boy fix.
He's honest, and I appreciate that.
At least we're honest with each other.
Remember this scene? Remember that
I'm still
scene?
looking up at the rules for dick toys.
Interesting.
Oh, the dick carving contest?
I wonder what they want.
They just want you to make a dick pumpkin.
Show us.
No,
what
they
you
want me to
got.
make a pumpkin for a dick.
I see.
But like,
Oh, they want you to design a pumpkin themed dick.
yes.
thought
I need
you
to
were
go
just
get a
gonna
pumpkin.
I was gonna say, I thought you just had to carve a dick into a pumpkin.
No. It's a little
Like
more
a
class
Jacko
than
dick.
that.
A little more class.
What's more classy
Classy.
than a Jacko dick instead of a jack-o'-lantern?
Okay, I'm loading.
Alright.
Wait.
What's up?
Okay. Hold on. No,
I want you to finish that thought.
Yeah, we all need to hear this. Sure.
Wait, no. You guys go ahead. I need to think.
No think, only say.
All entries must be pumpkins. Damn it.
Okay.
Are we gonna make it something else?
I
Make it a-
don't know.
Make it a.
It is a
summer
pumpkin
squash.
contest.
What other gourds look like a pumpkin?
A butternut squash.
Did you say I look like a pumpkin?
Yeah.
What? How do I look like a pumpkin?
Read.
A red hill covered in corpses.
Oh.
And a
we're
gray
starting.
sky.
I'll shut up.
The heavy clouds drifting away. No, it's fine. It's just Berserker interrupting every 3 seconds. It's fine. It's part of the war. Announce the end of the battle. I know this scene. This is a scene I've seen many times already. Why was that funny?
It is a scene I've seen.
Oh.
I know the scene. It's a scene I've seen.
Do you know this? Do you know this scene? Classy, I think you know this scene.
I know the scene.
You've seen
This is
this
one of the
scene.
battles Saber has experienced. These are the remains of a battleground, so familiar to her, as she is always victorious. After this, she will return to her castle. The people will celebrate her victory, and they will prepare for the next battle. With dicks. This is her everyday life.
Nice.
This is but one of the 12 great battles she has gone through. That is why she does not bear any memories of the victory, but merely accepts it calmly. I think about such random things.
I'm just quirky like that.
Yeah. That is not a dream. Just a cold truth that cannot be changed. From the moment she drew the sword from the stone, she was not human. After becoming a feudal lord, like her father, she became a king with many knights. She was called King Arthur, or Arturia. The girl who had tried to become a knight had her life turned around. No. It is more correct to say that it ended. At that instant, the girl with childlike features disappeared, and the only existence permitted was that of the King of Knights. She acted as the son of the king. So hold on, I'm gonna grab water right here. That is because of the one to govern many territories and control the knights had to be male. The only ones who knew that the king was a girl were her father and the Magus. She literally covered herself in steel and sealed that truth for all her life. Why didn't I realize what that meant? Someone placed before everyone managed to keep her identity secret. I don't know what suffering she went through, as I'm only watching from a distance. Time passes. These must be her memories of the 10 years she spent as king. There's only one thing common to all of them. Even on the throne. Even in a hallway. Even on the battlefield. No one talked to her. Even the loud round table filled with knights, tales of bravado falls silent. Falls silent when the king steps in. So that's what it means. She was only idolized. Many knights looked down on Arturia, who looked like a small kid, and they did not approve of swearing their sword to her. But because she drew out the sword that they could not, they had to obey her, at least in form. They just accepted the disgrace, believing that it would pass. Even if she drew the sword, she is just a child. Even with Merlin's help, she will fail soon enough. When that happens, they need only to take the holy sword away from her and reselect the king. That's what most of the knights thought. But the results were different. The knight that just entered adulthood was a king without flaw. She brought peace to the fighting lords and immediately fought off the invading enemies. Of course, it wasn't because of the power of the holy sword. The holy sword only protects the king. It is the king's power that protects the country. And in that way, she suppressed the knights with results. The protection of the holy sword works only against enemy swords. It does not help rule over people's hearts. She worked hard to be an ideal king. And so, the knights had to follow the king. They suppressed their dissatisfaction with the young king, as they saw he was perfect. She tried to be an ideal king. Being an ideal king was the condition of their support. There was no room for the human, Arturia. The girl determined to be king. A great knight who pulled out the holy sword, who did not age from that moment on, and one who won 12 great battles. The more perfect she was, the more people kept away from her. The longer she stayed that way, the more isolated she became. That was her true identity. But she still did well. No, she did too well. She defeated her enemies efficiently, and minimized the victims of battle. No matter what kind of war it is, a battle will have victims. So she believed that she should make sacrifices before the war, to prepare the army, and to defeat the enemy efficiently. She would exhaust one village to prepare the army, defeat the invaders before they could damage the land, and save 10 villages. That was the solution she came up with as the king, and in truth, it was the best policy. But the knights must have been unhappy. For them, only the invaders should die. It was only proper to win without allowing any victims. There's no need to sacrifice one's own territory before a battle. We will win, so there will not be any victims. There will not be any victims, so the king's actions are fruitless. That's what they thought. Of course, that was just a fantasy. Once the battle began, the knights did not think about the small villages. It was only natural for them to trample over them, as the small villages are not what they seek to protect. The knights say it is only natural to be destroyed by the invaders, but it is a great sin to destroy them with their own hands. Of course she knew that, but a king cannot allow her personal feelings to affect her decisions. She kills her emotions to make a decision, and the knight suppresses their personal feelings to obey. And after many sacrifices and continuing victories, the country became stable. The price of that was a revolt against the king. King Arthur does not understand human feelings. One knight said so and left the castle. It's a ridiculous story. Nobody wanted her to be human, but they revolted against her because she didn't have a human's feelings. The Age of Chaos continues. The knights who had been dissatisfied with the king for some time became more dissatisfied after that one knight left. They pushed all problems onto her and cornered her. Ruin was in sight. Death if she could not solve all the problems. Even if she did solve them, the result would be the same. But such trivial things are of no concern to her king. Her mind will not change even if she's abandoned, feared, or betrayed. Probably because she had her mind made up long before. She abandoned her emotions from the moment she decided to pull out the sword. A scene from a few years before. Knights from all over the country gathered to try and pull out the sword in the stone. But nobody could pull it out, and the knights were desperate to choose the most superior king by completing jousting skills. The knights went to the arena and forgot about the sword. It felt much like watching a festival from a distance. In the distance are the brave sounds of cavalry. The roars of the knights are far away, and there's no one around the stone. What did the girl think before that? Before she realized an unknown magus was standing behind her. Alright, does she want a fucking voice line? Or how about Cloyd? How about Cloyd, actually? Cloyd never gets to talk. Dish gets
Give it to
flashbacks.
Cloyd, give it to Cloyd.
Cloyd, I need you to say that.
You think this is through before you grab that?
He says he is not trying to frighten her, but that she should stop.
You'll not be human once you take hold of the sword.
He also said that she would be resented by all humanity and die a miserable death. She could not have been without fear, because the magus showed her the end she would face if she took the sword.
No.
No, that's cheers.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Okay, I was so confused.
I'll go get her.
Can't hear jack shit.
Oh, she don't even hear Wow Satch.
Lamau. I'll fill in.
No.
No.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back, Haku.
One person back.
No.
Hey.
But that just made the girl more determined. She nodded firmly, even when she was shown her future. The magus asks her if she is really fine with that.
Many people were smiling. I do not believe it will be a mistake.
She takes the sword. The magus turns his back. That's you again, Cloyd.
Yeah. A miracle has a price. In exchange, you will lose the thing most important to you.
And leaves those prophetic words. That's right. The girl only wanted to protect everyone. But to do so, she had to throw away the emotion of wanting to protect people. Because one cannot protect a country as a king if one has human emotions. She accepted it and pulled out the sword. She accepted it and swore to live as the king. So her heart would not change even if she was abandoned, feared, or betrayed. She threw away her heart. The young girl decided to protect in exchange for it. Who would ever know of such a sublime oath? She chose to fight. No matter what. She still chose to fight. I know it's her voicing over, but still.
Mhm.
Even if there was inevitable celerity, ruin waiting at the end. And the end was this. The Battle of Camelon, sorry. One night, usurped the throne while King Arthur was on a campaign. I'm sorry, it's fine. Her country split into two and a war began. In the legend, it is said that the knights and chivalry, goddamn, what is wrong with me today, were utterly destroyed. She slashed away the knights that once followed her and attacked the lands she once protected. The knights who sided with her died, and her body was crippled. There was nobody around her. That's normal. Nothing has changed. The only thing in her heart is her pride as the king. She knew of this end, but she still ran through her life because she believed something came of it. She has no regrets. If there's one regret, it is that the country is in ruin. She raises her eyes. She might be able to see the distant castle from this hill. But all that's there is the remains of the battle, a deep forest, and a lake she must return to. Yes. The hill she ran through is now a wall she cannot climb over. Strength escapes her shoulders. And for the first time, the girl lets go of the holy sword by her own will. And that is the end. It's only natural for the dream to end there, because that is the end of her memories. So this is one end that cannot be changed. She worked so hard, she was resented, and she was betrayed. No one ever realized that she loved the people more than the country, and she was always the merciless king. She was never rewarded or understood. On the Red Hill of Swords, the solitary girl who was always betrayed is about to face death. I wake up to the sound of the rain. It's morning. I hold my shaking head and get my body up. It's not 6 yet. The sound of rain from outside isn't that loud. That dream. No, I don't even need to confirm it. That was Saber's past. It was the end of her life that happened a long time ago, that cannot be changed. Before I realize it, I'm gritting my teeth. It's making a sound. Somehow, I'm really angry. Damn it. What was that? Just remembering it makes me mad. Her past, her thinking nothing of it, and me thinking the dream was nothing. I don't like it. I don't know what I don't like about it, but I just don't. I hate it. I don't want that. That life was unfair, no matter how you look at it. Such a life is wrong. She only wished for others. She did not wish for anything for herself in return. She worked so hard, but nobody knew about it. That pisses me off. That's just too unfair to her. That's right. If she worked harder than anybody else, she should be rewarded with the most. She has to be rewarded for all the things she's done. But what can be done now? Can I just tell her that she did a good job? Praise her that she was great? Of course not. Such easy words won't fix anything. I know. There's only one answer. That's right. If she is to be rewarded, her life must be repaid. The girl called Arturia has to become happy in proportion to how much she has fought. But what can I do? My train of thought stops there. I don't know how. I don't know how to make people happy. That makes me realize my own distortions. I've been living, trying to be a superhero, but all I've been doing is lending people a hand. I believed everybody around me would be happy if I helped others like that. No.
I came.
Hi, Obo, how are you? I couldn't move forward with pride unless I believed that. Helping someone and saving someone are essentially different. Oh!
Go work your
Meowrins,
9
thank
to
you for the
5.
raid! How was your stream? Hello, hello, hello!
I'll be gaming.
I'll be gaming. Hello, how are you? Give you a shout out here.
Yuki.
You're playing Amnesia. How was the Amnesia? And Mathastian? I'm sorry if I messed up your name, I'm really sorry, but thank you for the follow. Welcome to Haven. Hope you enjoy your stay. We are voicing over Fate Stay Night, which is a visual novel I'm doing with some friends of mine. This is just kind of a cozy, chill stream we do. And Tornado Ocelot, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Haven. Hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you. Can't think of a way to reward Saber because I don't know the difference between the two. Matt is perfectly fine. Okay, I was gonna say Matt. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. The breakfast table is the same as always. Saber and Tosaka must be adaptable, sorry, as they already seem to be used to Ilia's presence.
Oh, what are you going to do, Shiro? There are 3 masters left. It's not like the Holy Grail War can go on forever, so you should start acting, and it's pretty pitiful to always give others the initiative.
Tosaka is right. My body is fine and Saber is healed. Yesterday should be the last day of rest. Based tonight is a fun one. I've got some more to do, so I'll be lurking, but I'm glad to hang out. Yeah, no worries. Thank you for the lurk. Yeah, I've seen the anime, but this is my first time playing the visual novel, so... You're right. But even if we are to act, it'll be in the evening. We'll do the same things as always when the sun's up.
Seriously? Well, I guess it doesn't do any good to walk around randomly when you don't know anything about your opponents. Then, you're going to get beaten up by Saber again.
Training with Saber. That's the usual task, and it's natural for a master to prepare for battle. Amnesia was fun, really scary though. I still have not played Amnesia. It's on my to-do list. I will do it eventually.
Rin, we are training. That comment sounded unpleasant.
Well, yeah. I'll get beaten up by Saber in the morning.
Shiro.
Shiro.
You...
Oh,
that's
sorry.
me.
No, that's Saber.
Is Saber? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it is.
Shiro, you put me in a difficult position if you say that as well.
Huh? Sorry, Saber. I wasn't listening. Relatable.
I am speaking of how rudely Rin talks. Honestly, what is going on, Shira? You do not seem well today. Breakfast is a bit smaller than usual as well. Were you in the shed until late last night?
She asks, but Saber's words aren't criticizing. I can feel that Saber believes in me. That's why it's even harder to look at her now. If I do, the image of that hill pops into my head.
Fine. I shall drive some energy into you later. So, we will train in the dojo today as well. Is that a plan? Is that the plan, Shiro?
Yeah, please. How about you, Ilya?
I forgot about her.
I did too. Amomo?
Shit.
Here.
Me, I'll do the same as yesterday. I don't like getting wet in the rain, so I don't want to go outside.
I see. That's a big help. I want you to stay in the house as much as possible. Going outside is too dangerous.
Yeah, I'll consider staying with you if you cook boxed lunches like you did yesterday.
It seems Ilya liked the boxed lunch yesterday. I'm a bit embarrassed that she's so content with such a thing, but I'm happy if she's happy.
Is that me?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay. So I guess it'll be the same as yesterday. I have something to research, so I'll be in my room. Come by my room in the afternoon since I need to talk with you.
Research?
Yep. I think you've realized, but Ryoto Temple has been strange since yesterday. They stopped the magical energy collection they've been working so hard on, so it's only natural to assume they're doing something. Well, it seems the master at the Ryodo Temple is the most troublesome one, so I'll make a familiar and try to find out what's going on inside.
Then should you not concentrate on that search? On the search? I do not think there is a need to take time off to teach Shiro.
Well, that's just how it is. Sorry, but bear with me. He seems unreliable, so I can just leave him alone. It's fine if he gets killed by the enemy, but if he dies because he messes up his magic, I'll be ashamed as his teacher.
Yes. Yes. It is just as you say, Rin. There was something wrong with me. I do not know why I would have thought your lessons were unnecessary.
The reason's pretty simple, but it's best not to talk about it. And good luck with your morning training. He's pretty tough, so it's best to beat him within an inch of his life.
Osaka leaves the living room with an absurd comment. Saber, don't take her too seriously. She's only saying that because you've never beaten her up. I remind her just in case. I don't know why Saber's so happy, but...
Yes, I know. I know your body better than her.
Hey, yo?
Oh? Yeah.
She replies like that. Cut away.
Here are you and Clancy doing things we don't know about?
Yeah, it involves a magic circuit.
Oh, that. Right.
And the switches.
Hand holding.
Mhm.
Don't say that out loud. It's improper.
Careful, I'll call you
I'm
mommy.
sorry, my bad. Posted in his
What is-
Discord.
What?
Oh,
What
the
is
picture?
wrong?
Oh.
Which picture? Oh!
The
You-
yes mommy photo, so people know what's happening.
What is wrong? Are you not going to eat? Oh god. Elisabelle?
Eliasville, close enough though.
Elisabelle? You have not eaten a third of what you ate yesterday.
No, I just can't eat this. I can't eat spicy food.
I do not think that it is spicy. This spice is very good with this chicken.
I don't like
Mustard.
mustard. Just eat it for me. I'll eat your strawberries instead.
What are you doing, Elisabelle? Hey, return that. You cannot have that. You may have the apple pie if you want something sweet.
Sitting next to each other, the two of them are fighting like close sisters. It's past noon. We three are eating lunch together like yesterday. Oh yeah, the lunch isn't the only thing that's the same as yesterday. The training before this was exactly like yesterday's. No, it was more awkward today. I don't know how to put it, but my heart starts beating hard when I see Saber, and I can't attack her seriously now. Saber is also acting strangely, as she never used to overlook such openings. But now she waits for me to attack. And for a while, we just stared at each other.
What's wrong? It's boring if you don't do anything.
I renewed my spirits with that and attacked Saber, but the results were the same. After repelling my half-assed attack, she would not counter and let me go. As I wasn't attacked, I would face Saber again and charge again. But she would overlook me again. This strange time ended about 10 minutes ago. At Saber's request, we entered the lunch break, and we're eating lunch now. The menu is the same as yesterday, sandwich. But I couldn't just make the same thing as yesterday, so I elaborated on the ingredients, and it seems they really like it. Elia is in high spirits and Saber caught her breath, faced with the multicolored sandwiches. I'm just guessing, but I think Saber must have been getting ready. Anyways, it's much louder than yesterday's. It's raining outside and the floor is cold wood, but I think it feels like a picnic.
Jeez, that is enough, Elisabel. Your clothes will get dirty like that. That happened because you try to eat in one bite like Shiro. Your mouth is small, so you should eat more slowly.
You're the one who doesn't understand. It's even more impolite to worry about manners at lunch like this. This is a picnic, so acting like this is correct. Right, Shiro?
Ilya munches on the sandwich happily. Saber wipes Ilya's mouth.
A tickle, Saber?
It's a bit surprising. It's not just Saber, as Ilya trusts Saber more than she did yesterday.
I am surprised you do not reject me, Elisabeth.
Why? I like being treated kindly. Yeah, if anyone touches me, I'll kill them. But I'll forgive you since you're pretty.
How are you ahead of the text, Amumu?
Yeah.
Magic.
She's been preparing for this role her whole life.
Seems like it.
Yep. And you're someone to eat lunch with. If you like me, I like you too.
Ilya says so simply. Saber looks at Ilya dumbfounded. Ilya's smile was a surprise attack even for me, who was watching from the side.
What? This isn't fun for you, Saber?
Oh, well.
I'm having fun. It's raining outside. This place is too simple and I have none of the things I wanted.
Keep going, I'm not gonna click. I want you to say the next line. Do it.
Say the fucking line.
I'll fucking do it
Okay,
again.
Hold on.
Oh, too bad I clicked already.
Wow.
I was waiting out. Didn't happen.
But being here is fun. It's so much warmer than being alone, right? But you're not having fun?
She must have felt something on Ilya's smile. Saber lets out a deep sigh and stares at the white girl. That's pretty good.
You're right. Being like this is fun for me as well.
A clear voice. She smiles in a way I've never seen before. My heart feels warm for some reason. That smile was good. That smile was for herself. Not a smile from watching over someone's safety, but a smile because she is happy herself.
Shiro, why are you making that face? Did something good happen?
I got bullied.
Yay.
Huh? No, it's nothing. Wait, was I making a strange face?
Yeah, you were. It was like a fatherly face. Like you're watching me over us from afar.
I made it weird. Stop.
I don't like faces like that.
Question mark? I don't understand what she's talking about. But does that mean I was smiling? I see. Well, something good happened. So maybe I was grinning.
Something good?
Yeah. I like the kind of smile you just made. I was glad I got to see it.
I do not understand. You like such a thing?
Yeah. It seems I like seeing that kind of expression on you. Saber nods, still not understanding. Then, She must have realized something as she smiles and raises her head.
I see. Then it is the other way around.
What do you mean?
I am happier if you are smiling. It is enough for me if you can keep smiling.
I can't look directly at Saber. I bet anyone would overheat if they were smiled at like that. Somehow, I calm myself and sneak a peek at Saber. Saber has returned to eating with a calm face. There's no unease in her expression. There's nothing to worry about, but something is nagging at the back of my head.
I am happier if you are smiling.
Yes, with that smile I saw for the first time. She was saying something entirely contradictory. I listened to the rain in Tosaka's room. Today we performed a fake physical examination. Like yesterday, I just took the medicine Tosaka prepared for me and checked the magic circuit throughout my body. I don't care about that, but I don't want to just sit here doing nothing. She told me not to move for a while to see the results, but I bet I can still talk. Tosaka? May I? I call out to her, still meditating.
Fine. What is it?
It's about Saber. I don't know how I should put this, but also I don't think I tweeted it on live. Let me do that real quick. I think I forgot.
Dork.
Shiro, you idiot.
You should tweet. You should tweet with that fatherly face.
Wait, what? Tweet with the fatherly face?
Yeah, tweet fatherly face. I have started streaming.
Father.
They would have to, if they want to know what that means, they have to watch the VOD. Fatherly face after being bullied.
Oh god. I was right. I'm lice instead of live.
I'm liced. Classes is liced.
Okay, tweet it. I don't know how I should put this, but saying that, I realize I haven't thought this through at all. It's not even what I can do for Saber. I haven't even thought about what I want to do with Saber. Oh, excuse me. Do with Saber? Well, I'm just wondering what she wants to do. Come to think of it, she never did anything because she wanted to, right? So...
You don't know what Saber's thinking about?
No, that's not it. I just don't understand why she's so unselfish. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that.
Well, you're right. The only thing she's done voluntarily is protecting you. It's only natural for a servant to do that, but it's hard to understand when it's so thorough. But that doesn't mean she's totally unselfish. Because Saber is protecting you for her own objectives.
Oh. That's right. I forgot about the reason she became a servant. I see. Saber's goal is to obtain the Holy Grail. So it's not like she has no objectives. And that Holy Grail will grant the wishes of its possessor. So Saber at least has a wish she wants to be granted. I don't know what it is, but it's a wish she wants granted, even if it means becoming a servant. Surely the wish must have to save herself. Must be to save herself. Yeah, for example, she's here in this time, so she can stay here and live a second life with the power of the Holy Grail. No. Rather, she has to go that far to make up for her sad end. Oh! And this is all so easy!
You're weird. Suddenly getting all energetic? Was the conversation that exciting?
Yeah, it gave me energy. Yeah, she wouldn't fight so hard unless it was for that. Because Saber has to fight for her own wishes. I nod to myself. Tosaka must have been shocked by my reaction.
Amiya-kun, I'm sorry to interrupt while you're so happy, but you're wrong. Saber wouldn't fight for herself. You know that too, right? Saber isn't like that. She doesn't seek the Holy Grail for her own benefit.
What are you basing that on? I can't finish. That's right. Her last moment was a lonely one because she had no wishes for herself. So Saber cannot be seeking her own salvation. But still, I wanted to think that, so I distorted her personality for a moment. The conversation stops. As soon as I start to think of that, the heavy silence will continue.
It's boring, but Archer said the same things as you.
Huh? Archer? You mean that Archer? The Archer that's been dead for all these fucking episodes? No way.
Yeah, my waffle daddy. Yeah, I asked him what his wish was too.
I just like how, like, Emiya's like, wait, that Archer? No way. Like, what other fucking Archer would you think she's talking about?
What do you think he said?
I am the bone of my sword. It's no good asking me that. I don't know anything about him. As Archer said, we'd eventually be enemies. He made no effort to talk to me or Saber. But still, he was sarcastic a lot, and he wouldn't have a stupid objective.
You'll laugh when you hear this. When I asked him what his wish was, he said this.
Oh, you get a dish line. Dish?
Dish, you have a line.
How about world peace?
Great line.
I just burst out laughing. Then he got timid and said, I knew you would laugh. Well, there is no meaning in salvation by the deeds of others. Let's just call this a funny story. I just thought he became a heroic spirit and got summoned by someone like me because that's the way he is.
See, he didn't look like it, but he was a fine knight.
But don't get me wrong, if the Holy Grail will truly grant any wish, permanent world peace is the worst wish ever. It means there's nothing, right? A world without conflict is dead. If things aren't moving, all they do is rot.
Did you say that to Archer as well?
I did. And he said, that is how the wise think. I feel the same way, but I am still chasing a foolish dream. Well, I asked him if he had any other wishes, and he said something like, I do, but it is not a wish to use the Holy Grail on. I shall let you grant your wish in my place. He was so snobbish, right? I bet he has a skirt chaser. I bet he was a skirt chaser when he was alive.
I didn't get that impression of him. So what about it?
Nothing. I just meant that there are all kinds of servants.
Oh, I see. Well, I think that's a good reference, so it did help me out a bit.
Well then, now it's my turn. I'm going to talk about Saber as well, though.
Huh? Oh yeah? You were saying this morning you wanted to talk to me about something.
Yeah, it's nothing big, but I'm just wondering about it. Do you know the legend of King Arthur?
Legend of King Arthur. I've had it forced upon me more than enough in the past few days. I know what most people do. Well, I didn't know that King Arthur was actually a girl.
Yeah, but sex doesn't matter here. Even if King Arthur was a girl, it makes no difference to the legend. If King Arthur hid that fact from everyone around her, she would be treated as a man even if she wasn't one. Fortunately, King Arthur had a magus called Merlin. He was a crossbreed with an incubus, so it must have been a piece of cake for him to disguise King Arthur's sex or to arrange a child that should never have been born.
I bet. So?
What concerns me is the discrepancy between the legend and Saber. Emiya-kun, do you know what Excalibur is?
Why ask now? Excalibur is the symbol of King Arthur. It's a great sword, a gift from the fairies, that can cut through anything.
That's what I thought.
For some reason, Tosaka acts like she's won. Did I say something strange?
You did, and that means you made the same mistake as King Arthur. If Merlin was here, he'd yell at you for being foolish.
Why? The sword in the stone wasn't Excalibur, right? That sword broke. He later received the sword from the Lady of the Lake, and that was Excalibur, right?
Yep, when King Arthur received Excalibur, Merlin asked this question. Your Highness, which do you like better? The sword or the sheath? King Arthur answers without hesitation that he likes the sword, for Merlin scolds him. Please make no mistake here. The sword slashes the enemy, and the sheath protects you. As long as you have the sheath on you, you will spill no blood and take no wounds. You should truly value the sheath, not the sword.
Tosaka imitates King Arthur and Merlin skillfully. You did a good job of that, actually, Hime. You're pretty into this. So, what are you trying to say?
You don't understand when I've told you this much? In other words, King Arthur is immortal. Excalibur is a perfect noble phantasm, both in offense and defense. So really, Saber should heal right away, even if she gets hurt.
Tosaka, Saber's wounds have all been healing.
That's true, but it seems like her healing comes from using a great amount of magical energy. Anyways, it doesn't seem to match with the sheath of Excalibur in the legend.
I see. Well, if you say so. Then, I have a question. You say King Arthur is immortal. So then, how did he die? The legend ends with King Arthur's death, right?
Huh?
Tosaka opens her mouth dumbfounded. After freezing for a few seconds, she grits her teeth and looks away.
Right. The sheath of Excalibur was stolen.
Yeah, that's a simple mistake. I forgot about it too, but after the fall of King Arthur started, when he lost the sheath, he should have never lost. So, are you convinced now, Tosaka?
Yeah, you can laugh at me if you want.
She's lying. I can tell she intends to axe kick me if I laugh. It's fine if you understand, but why were you worried about it? It should be no concern of yours whether Saber gets hurt or not.
Shut up! I just lost myself thinking she'd be invincible if that was the case. You know I make mistakes once in a while.
This is hard. Would it be good for her if I correct her and point out that she makes mistakes often? Not just once in a while?
You want to take that risk?
Probably not. By the time the sun sets, the rain has stopped. Based on our conversation during breakfast, we should be going out into town to search for other masters after dinner. But I have to find out before that. Saber's intentions. I need to know why she's fighting. But I can't ask her straight on. I have to try and ask her as indirectly as possible. I make up my mind to stand up. Let's go to the living room. I hope I'll be able to penetrate the fortress using the comm before dinner air as a shield. Just hypothetically, what should we do if we win the Holy Grail War? So, since I couldn't come up with any good ideas, I asked her directly.
Eh? Give me a sec.
No worries.
Huh?
They all give the same response with different expressions. I'm talking about after we win. I'm saying, what should we do if we win the Holy Grail War?
You don't need to explain the question. But what's wrong? Why are you asking?
Even though they don't nod, it seems like Saber and Ilya have the same question. I guess it was unnatural to abruptly ask. But I have to play ignorant for now. Well, it just came to mind. There are only 3 servants left, so it's not that weird to start thinking about it, right? There's not much time left now. The end is near.
Well, you're right. Even you'll start thinking about it in this situation. Even though you didn't start with this because you wanted to, I bet you're curious about the reward since you're risking your life.
Yeah, I'm curious. Thank God Tosaka likes to reason things out. I think one of Tosaka's good aspects is to consider anything as a possibility if it sounds reasonable. Well, just in this case, though. So, how about you, Tosaka? What will you do if you get the Holy Grail? I ask as naturally as I can.
Let's see. I only really thought about winning, so there's nothing I wanted the Holy Grail to grant. I'll get it, but I haven't thought about anything after that.
So, she's fighting because she doesn't want to lose? Huh? Well, I guess so. But I never really thought I'd be right.
I'm stunned. You seem to be the one who's thinking the most, but you're actually the one who thinks the least.
You're one to talk. Then what about you, Ilyashvili?
I don't know. I was just told that the Holy Grail is mine, so I shouldn't give it to anyone. Since it's mine to begin with, of course, I don't care about it.
Oh? So you're saying the Holy Grail War is more fun than the Holy Grail?
Of course! I only came to win. I don't care who uses the Holy Grail.
Are they the same? The two glare at each other silently, and there seems to be a sympathy I can't understand. Saber doesn't say anything. She must not intend to join the conversation. But no matter how much Saber hates it, I must ask her this question now. I kind of understand your two's intentions. I try to nod naturally and... Then, how about you, Saber? I asked Saber. Saber doesn't answer. They must have realized Saber's acting in a complicated manner as they both stare at her. If I'm counting, there must be about a minute's silence.
I do not need to say this, but it is my duty to obtain the Holy Grail. I do not know how powerful the Holy Grail is. But as long as it is the Holy Grail, I must obtain it. And of course, I would have my wish granted if I can grant it.
She said it. Without a doubt, Saber said she has her own wish. I see, then. What's your wish? I restrain my pounding heart and ask calmly. Saber doesn't answer. That's fine, too. If she cannot answer, chances are good that her wish is a selfish one. Considering Saber's personality, she would hesitate to speak of a selfish wish. So, I'd prefer if she kept quiet and not tell me such a ridiculous wish. Such whining fills my head.
Is it that hard? Grandfather said the wishes of the servants is to be resurrected into this world. Those servants seek the Holy Grail to live a second life. Isn't that the case for you, Saber?
I raise my head at her words. There's no problem with that Saber's wish, but...
No, I have no interest in a second life. My goal is only to obtain the Holy Grail. I become a servant as a prize to obtain the Holy Grail.
Knew that had to be it. I knew the girl who took the oath pulling out the sword would not seek a second life.
Hold on. You became a servant in exchange for obtaining the Holy Grail? You mean the contract when you become a heroic spirit?
Yes, in exchange for becoming a servant, I seek the Holy Grail.
What? Then you're not a servant summoned to obtain the Holy Grail? But you became a servant by your own will?
Must be really surprised as she yells all this. Then tilts her head, not believing her own words.
So Saber wasn't summoned because she was a heroic spirit, but she joined this battle willingly? But as long as you're a servant, you're respected as a heroic spirit, so you can't interfere with the world deliberately. Then you're well beyond the servant's rule. No, that's not right. Jeez, hold on. I'll work this out.
Don't break your thinker there. No, you do not need to do so. What you said is correct. I am different from the other servants. I have yet to become a complete servant.
That's Ren.
Oh.
One sec.
Not a complete servant?
What you own about a Mumu?
Oh, I thought you said Rin, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
oops.
yeah.
Is that her?
No, that
No,
was
no,
you.
it's Rin. It's Rin.
Yeah, that was you.
Okay, okay.
I didn't know.
What does that mean? No, more importantly, what does it mean to become a servant? Saber said she agreed to become a servant as a price for obtaining the Holy Grail. And that means... Hold on. Could it be that the servants are forced to fight as the price for obtaining something?
No, that is wrong. From the very beginning, servants are special familiars that exist only for the Holy Grail War. Servant is summoning magic that uses the special characteristics of the heroic spirit. They're originally heroic spirits, so they don't have any rules like, I was given bread, so I have to work.
Yeah, the servant system uses heroic spirits, guardian spirits. They're using something that already exists, so there's no price for the masters or the servants to pay. But I've heard that before they become a servant, they need to pay a price to become a heroic spirit. Heroic spirits are guardians of the people, right? It's like they work for people even after they die to prevent the destruction of humanity and so on. So, to become this guardian, a living hero must make a contract with something. This is the contract of the heroic spirits, a ritual to give their existence to the world after they die. The ones who obtain riches from the exchange become heroes, and after they do whatever they want to as heroes and die, they become servants to pay for these riches. So, in other words, they go into debt to become a hero, and repay that debt when they die by becoming a heroic spirit. We summon servants by stealing the debt liability from the world.
So, humans become heroes by contracting with something, and they're summoned as heroic spirits after they die to pay for becoming a hero? Then, the conditions of the exchange that Saber made is the Holy Grail. Saber obtained the Holy Grail in her life. She became a heroic spirit after she died as a price? That's not right. Saber says her objective is to obtain the Holy Grail, but she should have already obtained it, because she became a hero in exchange for the Holy Grail.
No, Shiro. I have not yet obtained the Holy Grail. Arturia, King Arthur's wish, was to obtain the Holy Grail while she lived. I have to attain the Holy Grail before I died. So I agreed that I would become a heroic spirit after I died if I could obtain the Holy Grail. As Rin said, humans make a contract with the world to become a hero, receive powers beyond human, and pay for it with life after death. But I did not need the help of the world to become a hero. Fortunately, King Arthur needed no support to become a hero.
She didn't need support to become a hero? So Saber became a hero by her own powers.
But you're here as a heroic spirit. Does that mean King Arthur requested a different exchange from the world after he became a hero?
Yes, I needed the Holy Grail in my final moments. I could not stand not having the Holy Grail. A wish appeared that I needed to have granted. That is why I made the contract of the heroic spirits. That if I could obtain the Holy Grail, I would wield my sword as a heroic spirit after my death.
In her last moment, she wished for the Holy Grail's miracle. I understand how she feels. That bloody hill, a grave of many swords, and the many corpses of knights. A lone king whose reign ended in betrayal. Her last moment was too unfair. Even if she had no wish of her own before then, she must have thought that. I can't die here. I didn't want it to end like this. So, if she wishes to prolong her life, she shouldn't be embarrassed about it.
そうつまり死後の自分を売り払ってまで聖杯を手に入れられる手段を取ったのね。
I see. So you became able to obtain the Holy Grail by selling yourself off after death.
けどセイバーあなた
But
の出した
Saber,
条件ってい
your
うのは
condition was to obtain the Holy Grail while you were alive, right?
でしょなら
Then,
Yes, I could not complete my search for the Holy Grail while I was alive. I, King Arthur, could not obtain the Holy Grail even at the very end.
アーサー王はですがそれでは契約
But the contract cannot be completed like that.
世界が私をサーバントにするには
For the world to obtain me as a servant, it must grant the Holy Grail
与えねばならない
while King Arthur is alive.
ですから
So,
アーサー王は聖杯を手に入れるまで死なない
King Arthur will not die until she obtains the
死ぬ
Holy
ことがで
Grail.
きない
No, King Arthur cannot die.
それじゃああなた
Then you're...
アーサー王と呼ばれていた私は
yes,
死を迎え
time
る
stopped
一瞬
for
で
me,
止
King
まっています
Arthur, at the moment of death.
時間軸から見れば
According to the
私はもう
timeline,
滅びて
I
いる
should already be dead,
ですがそれで
but
契約
it
が
will not be able to fulfill the contract that way.
アーサー王は
King Arthur is summoned as a servant and must die after she obtains the Holy
聖
Grail.
杯を手に入れた後死ななければなら時間が止まってるんじゃなくて時間に止まってる状態か
Well, time itself isn't stopped, but you're stopped in time, huh?
あなたがサーバントとして何度戦いを
It doesn't matter how many
繰り返
times
して
you
も構わない
repeat the fight as a servant, because the result of obtaining the Holy Grail and fulfilling your contract is determined, so...
そうです
That is correct. Eventually, I will obtain the Holy Grail and fulfill the contract. That is why I can be summoned into many ages before I become a heroic spirit, on the condition that my becoming a heroic spirit is already determined. Not only the Holy Grail is in this town. If there is a chance to obtain the Holy Grail, I will be summoned to any battlefield. And when I eventually obtain the Holy Grail and grant my wish, my stop time shall start moving again. King Arthur will face death and become a heroic spirit as a price for obtaining the Holy Grail.
So it's like having a dream you can't wake up from right before your death, huh? This Holy Grail was just one of the dreams for Saber. And you'll only be able to wake up when you obtain the Holy Grail.
Rin, you said that Shiro could not turn me into a spirit form because he is inexperienced, but that is wrong. I cannot become a spirit because I have not died yet. I am handled differently, but I am still classified as a living being. It was the same in the last Holy Grail War.
Saber says so as if she's apologizing. I guess because she was lying about being stuck in physical form, because I was inexperienced. I don't really care about that. There's something more important that I have to ask her. Saber? What do you mean by you're not dead yet? I understand that you won't die until you obtain the Holy Grail. From the conversation, I understand that you haven't been alive since the time of King Arthur. But then, what are you right now? You're not a copy of the real body, right?
No. Heroic spirit that are summoned are like copies of the true body, but I have not yet reached that rank. Until I obtain the Holy Grail, I am called in the form of myself about to die. As it said, King Arthur is stopped in the river of time. I must jump forward or backwards from the position and return to that stopped point once I obtain the Holy Grail.
I draw a diagram in my head to understand what the fuck's going on. I see. It's pretty simple once I visualize it. Yeah, it's really simple. King Arthur is stopped at the moment before death. The flow of time doesn't care that she stopped. It keeps flowing, and we're at the present. She jumps to each time as needed, and returns to her own time after completing her duty. If she attains the Holy Grail in one of these times she visits, her time will flow again, and she will die, just like history we know today. Then heroic spirits must exist like this. When they die, they are transferred to a place like a warehouse, where time doesn't flow. And then they are summoned into various ages and disappear without returning. So that must be what they mean by heroic spirits being a copy. It's like a clone made from their DNA. The heroic spirit that has complete abilities and memories of when it was alive will appear in this world and learn many things, but it is useless. They have no way to return to the main body, but merely disappear. So no matter how many times they are summoned in the same age, there'll be no inconsistencies in their memories. I assume the ones that became heroic spirits will not change anymore. Even if they obtain new knowledge, the self that learns it will just disappear once the duty is complete. In that regard, Saber isn't a complete servant, because Saber returns to her own time even after she is summoned, to the self that is about to die on that bloody hill.
Hold on. Then what? You're going to take it back to your time and use it for you to obtain the Holy Grail? That's altering the past. Time travel and management of parallel universes is sorcery. There's no way you'll be able to do that.
But the Holy Grail allows me to do this. I made a contract that I would be a servant if I can use the Holy Grail. The prize being becoming a servant, even if it means the elimination of the person called Archeria.
Saber talks without much interest. But that's strange. Making a wish come true using the Holy Grail, that's fine. But why did you say Arturia would disappear as a result? What are you talking about? Arturia will disappear when she uses the Holy Grail? Don't mess around. Saber, you're that girl about to die quietly, alone on that hill. Not going to use the Holy Grail to save yourself?
What do you mean, Shiro? My only desire is to save my country from ruin.
What? I can sense that my face is frozen. I should already have realized this, but my mind is spacing out, and I feel like throwing up. What? Why? But still, I force my question out.
It is obvious. I could not protect my country. I became king to protect the country, but I could not fulfill that duty. I thought at the time that perhaps the sword chose me by mistake.
That's stupid. Why?
No, I always had such doubts. That I might not be the right king. That there was another hero who should have been chosen. At that time, when I pulled the sword out, there must have been a suitable king who would have been able to save the country. I could not. So if I could redo the selection of the king using the power of the Holy Grail, then...
Then what? Does she mean to say that her country would not have been destroyed if she returned to that time? I feel faint. I'm quickly surpassing mere anger that Saber would seriously wish for such a thing. I guess I'm dumbfounded right now. It's only natural. Saber's wish is not for herself. And on top of that, it means her elimination. The girl in front of me exists because that holy sword was there, and because a king pulled it out. Preventing that would mean the girl in front of me would not exist. Let's say she grants her wish using the Holy Grail. The girl Arturia, never becoming king, would live her days out as a knight. But what about the Saber in front of me? As she's a heroic spirit, she will continue to be summoned to fight after her wish is granted. But since she paid a price to obtain the Holy Grail, Saber will continue to be, even if Arturia doesn't become king. Taken away from the future and from the past. She will forever be the lonely king dying on that hill. Ridiculous. I can't allow that. There's no salvation there. Even if she did redo everything, there really is a more appropriate king and her country lasts longer as a result. And even if she is saved, it's a lie. Even if everyone around her becomes happy, and 10 years she fought can't just disappear. No. You can't do that. You can't redo things. It's useless to even try.
Hi.
Oops.
Oh,
I see you make line!
Shida.
Don't use the Holy Grail for such a thing. You're going to obtain the Holy Grail by fighting yourself, right? So you should just use that miracle for your own sake.
As I have told you, I will be using it for myself. I, Artura, must fulfill her duty as king.
So why don't you understand? You've already fulfilled more than your duty. You fought that much already. Don't give up even when you were betrayed or feared. You didn't let go of your sword until the very end on that hill. So why? Why do you have to keep such promises even after you die? Saber is astonished. Oh. It's too late to regret what I've said. I shouldn't have admitted that I see Saber's past in my dreams. A heavy silence. There are no words to give her, nor any words to reply. I can sense that anything I say will backfire in this situation. But still, I can't just stay silent. Saber, I don't like it when people aren't rewarded for their hard work. It's meaningless that way, but it's just too unfair. I know it's a childish idea, but I want to believe that people will get happier the more they work for it. They won't lose to other masters. I'll obtain the Holy Grail for sure. So please, grant your own wish. If you do, I'll actually be able to find something meaning in this stupid war. That's the conclusion I've reached. I don't know what the Holy Grail is, nor if it's right to obtain it. But if Saber will be saved even a little, I'll be able to try with all my powers. The loud bell rings out, and the house falls into darkness. The surrounding air changes immediately. Even though the lights suddenly went off, nobody says a thing, and tries to feel the surroundings. The loud ring stops and the living room is silent. But the sound of light things rubbing against each other can be heard in the distance.
Was that the alarm? The boundary field and on the house?
I nod silently. The sound is the same as when Lancer intruded. Then this must be... The sounds are increasing and coming closer. A strange sound. It reminds me of bugs crawling around a light trap. This living room is the only place free of the sound. It hasn't even been a minute yet since the lights went out, but the living room is surrounded by this unknown sound. An enemy? But even for a servant, there's too many of them. I'm a magus too, even if I'm a bad one. I can sense that many sources of magical energy surround this place. Skimming quickly, I can at least count 20. But they are strangely light. I don't feel any human will. The things making the sounds are like empty puppets.
Oh, so they did come. They were running away all this time, but they come out as soon as Berserker is gone. Really, the servant is schemer.
Oh. Unlike the three of us who are tense, Ilya is strangely calm. You can tell Ilya?
Of course I can sense any servant. The one outside is Caster, and there are a lot of things out there too. Oh, they're just cheap golems bound by dragon's teeth.
Ilya says simply, and the sound stops at the same time. I take the wooden sword I keep in the living room. Tosaka and Saber seems to be waiting for me to make a move. Ooh. What do we do here, folks?
Well, save, duh.
Really now.
I think you save. Anyone else think?
Let Saber take care of Caster and protect the other two here.
You've been wanting to date Saber, so you should
go out with Saber.
Right? Yeah, you've been wanting to date her, right? So you should totally go out with Saber.
It's clear who the enemy is. If the enemy's servant, if Caster is attacking with troops, there's only one thing to do. It's no good just staying here, Saber. Come with me. Tosaka, protect Ilya.
What? No, I don't want to look after Reen.
I don't like it either, but you said you listened to what Shiro says, so obey him politely.
I don't care. I'll be more helpful than Saber.
Tosaka binds Ilya's arms behind her back and puts her hand over Ilya's mouth.
Come here.
Do your best impression of that right now. It's actually pretty good.
Gracias.
Ilya continues to throw out insults.
I know. I'll protect Ilya. You two go and get Caster while I do so.
I'm depending on you. But don't work too hard. Think more about escaping than beating the enemy. Tosaka nods back, telling me I don't even need to say it. Turning my back on Tosaka, I hurry out to the hallway leading to the porch.
Saber.
I know. I will protect Shiro.
Nodding back to Tosaka, Saber follows me. What the fuck? In that moment, I doubt my own eyes. A sword is swung down on me. An unavoidable strike attacks me, aiming for my open head. And I fucking die. I avoid it by twisting my body and parrying instantly with my wooden sword. I can't believe it myself. My body reacted as soon as my mind understood I was going to die. It attacks me the second time without hesitation. A smooth mechanical movement. A wasteless accurate attack. But that's all. It's just accurate. It's not refined nor scary. The attack looks foolish compared to those of Saber, and it feels like the touch of a feather compared to Berserkers. I repel the attack with my back to the wall, and in the space I retreated through, Saber's lightning strike smashes down. This is kind of good.
Shiro, are you alright?
As you can see, I was scared, but I made it.
Do not say you made it. You must follow me in a situation like this. Please be cautious from now on.
Saber scowls my carelessness. She's right, but I didn't want to be following after her.
Shiro, are you listening to me?
Yeah, I'm listening, but what was that? There's nothing in the hallway. The strange thing that was blown away by Saber's attack has vanished like an illusion.
As Elisaville said, they are warriors made by using monsters' bodies as a catalyst. It seemed more like a golem than an automaton. Oh my god.
Yes, sure.
A robot. But the quality is low. There should be no problem even if they were surrounded by such things.
God, they look so jank. They're just PNGs. Where were they hiding?
I almost died to a PNG.
I did almost die to a PNG. No. When did they get this far in? Those things, like bad building blocks, are gathering with spider-like movements. And on top of that, they aren't the only presence I feel. Many more bones are surrounding this mansion.
Shiro, to your side.
I jump away from the wall instantly. God damn! Yeah. I slash with the bones sliding up on me.
Cars?
Yeah.
Kachiga, kadam!
Worst Lightning McQueen.
Yeah. After that, Saber smashes away the bones to protect my back. The bones move in with loose movements, and all attacks in the same way. It's not hard to repel them, but the house gets destroyed by every attack. And I only have a wooden sword. But even with the strengthening magic on it, it won't last too much longer. And I don't want to think about it, but the number of these bone creatures might be infinite. You might continue the skirmish until we collapse. Damn, where the hell are they coming from? I complain with my back to Saber. Not many bone creatures are coming for me. They must be coming from inside the house as well, but most of them are coming from in the yard. Saber is slashing away at the ones coming in from there. Their goal is the living room. As Ely and Tosaka are in the living room, Saber is busy dealing with the ones heading there. Saber readies her sword again. Maybe there's no need to hide it now, but the golden sword is trying to show its true power. Hold on, Saber! Don't use Excalibur! I don't care if my house gets blown up. Well, I do mind. But there are other houses in the area around here. You should know what'll happen if you use it here. I yell while parrying away bones in front of me.
I will obey if that is your order, but it is too troublesome to face such a great number of enemies. We shall be put in danger if we do not sweep them away.
No. They're like familiars, right? Then we'll get the whole army if we get the controlling on them. Saber, can you search for Castor's presence?
I do not even need to search. Castor is out in the yard. It seems Castor is luring us as the presence is not concealed.
I don't care. Let's fall for the temptation. We'll tire out first if we continue like this.
I do not mind. Then shall we go attack Castor?
The yard is right there. If Castor's in the yard, it shouldn't be too hard to get to there. But that means losing the defense. It's fine now since Saber's here, but the defenses holding the bone creatures will go all away once Saber goes out to the yard. I should... Ooh. Another choice. Let Saber take care of Castor. I'm not happy about just relying on Saber, but we have no choice now. Even though we came out together, I'm just a burden to her. Saber should be able to get through the bone creatures and get to Castor by herself. Saber, can you?
Yes, then please return to where Rin is. You should be able to hold on for a few minutes while Rin is bitch.
Bitch. I forgot about that. Alright. I'll be waiting in the living room, Saber.
I will return quickly. As I tried to use a Nova Phantasm just now, I have no right to say this, but this is your house, Shiro. I will not allow them to destroy it any further.
She jumps out in the yard with light footsteps. Saber slashes away the swarming bone creatures without difficulty. Alright. Let's head back to the living room. If I stay here, I might get surrounded by the bone creatures and trouble Saber.
Shiro, what's wrong? Did something happen to Saber?
No, that's not it. Caster's familiars, they're bone creatures. But there are so many of them. It seemed like they might overwhelm us in numbers, so Saber went to defeat the source. Caster. I'd just be holding her back, so we're gonna lock ourselves in here until Saber's done.
I see. Certainly, the number of familiars out there is ridiculous. Leah said we shouldn't worry, but there's a limit even for Saber. So she went to get the source before she tires, huh?
It seems like it. The warriors around this place are moving toward the yard. It seems like Caster's desperate, cornered by Saber. But this is it. Caster won't be able to defeat Saber no matter what.
You're right. The sounds are gone now. I don't feel any hostile presence here. As long as we don't go outside, there's no danger of getting attacked by those bone creatures. And if Ilia's words are true, the battle will end soon. Saber won't lose in a one-on-one fight. As Saber doesn't need to protect us, she should slash Caster away easily.
You look depressed. You seem unhappy even though this battle's almost at the end.
You too, Tosaka. You look like you don't like this.
Yeah, everything's going too well. Even if Saber is much stronger than Caster expected, I wonder if Caster would come and attack us without a backup plan.
That's right. Caster came to this mansion willingly. Caster knew a master was here. Caster should also know which servant is here. Saber. Our natural enemy is here. If Caster comes to attack here in spite of that, that would mean... The sound stopped. Ilia, what happened to Caster's presence?
It disappeared. The familiars are still there, but the only servant remaining is Saber.
The familiars are still there? Shiro, your hand!
Huh? I look at my left hand. Uh-oh. What does it mean? The proof of the contract, the command spell has disappeared.
Shiro, did you use your command spell?
No, I didn't use it. What's going on? Saber should have defeated Caster with no problems. So why did my command spell disappear? No, the disappearance of the command spell doesn't mean the end of the contract, so I shouldn't panic too much. The command spell is there to control disobedient servants. I never needed it with Saber. So even if it goes away, Saber and I will do just fine.
Saber's coming back. She'll be here soon.
What are they doing? Saber's coming back, so why do they have to be on guard like that? The door opens. Saber enters and... steps in holding her chest in pain. Saber! I run to her.
Hold on, Shiro!
I can't hear Tosaka's warning. My only concern is Saber in pain. Are you alright, Saber? Where? I think that's you again, Hime.
What? No, run, Shiro! Saber, stop!
She betrayed me. I slashed at my left shoulder to my waist in a single blow. The brilliant slash numbs the pain, and the mysterious healing power doesn't work against Saber's sword. Saber, you bullied me.
Oh my
came.
God.
My condolences fade away. Before I die, eclipsing my fear of death is the question of why Saber killed me. Ooh. Dead
So
end.
going out with Saber wasn't the right call.
Oh.
Tiger Dojo! It's time, friends. Look at her.
Is that Anne?
Good evening, everyone. This is the Q&A session to help Shiro when he dies easily from a simple mistake. The Tiger Dojo.
Well, the cause of death this time is...
Put a spotlight on her.
I guess the lesson is that you shouldn't let your guard down no matter how dominant your position is.
Hey, yo.
You're a master, so you should control Saber's recklessness.
Huh? That's wrong. Saber's the one at fault this time, right? Falling for Caster's trap proves that she's not concentrating. I bet she was self-conscious around Shiro and tried to show off, but she ended up killing Shiro herself. Jeez, her class has fallen. They say she's the most powerful, but she hasn't had that many wins. She's also small and lacks in charm as a lady. Doesn't she seem like a gluttonous power character?
Chan, stop. Saber-chan regrets this. As a samurai, it's not good to be rubbing salt into a wound.
I see. Bushido's all about sympathy and no love. I guess it can't be helped. I'll overlook her clumsiness this time. But you don't have to keep a leash on Saber, because if you don't do that, in the other dead end.
Beg your pardon?
Ouch! Master, why the corporal punishment?
Let's do the thing again. That kind of talk isn't permitted.
Sorry. Seeing if you can go backlog.
Remember, all you have to do is go to the log.
There we go.
Spoilers aren't good, and you mustn't anger Saber-chan too much.
Yeah, I gotta go log each time. That's you again,
She
Anne.
can get scary if she gets really pissed off. Somebody almost died after making fun of her.
Oh, you mean in D13, right?
Hold on. History again.
That was fun. Hey, Taika, do you hear that growling noise?
I don't hear anything. What is going on?
I don't know.
Is that
That's
Ilya
your
or
line.
me?
That's your line.
A revival appears.
That's easy.
Yeah!
Oh my god. They fucking dead?
They died. Got eaten. And
No!
As he finds a way to kill me,
Did it have a steering wheel on it? Hold on. I have so many questions.
Just
No.
when I thought you gave me a character you don't murder.
Oh, Saber murdered. So we had to believe in Tosaka. The sound of glass breaking. I hear the sounds of fighting in the living room.
Shiro, please give me an order. There is no time to be indecisive.
I know. Either way, we're making the situation worse by delaying the decision. We'll get Castor. I told Tosaka to take care of Ilya.
Then let us go, Master. I will entrust you with my back.
She runs, smashing away the swarming bone creatures. The bone warriors vanish without even being able to approach Saber. Are they like snowflakes? There's so many scattering bones, I feel like I'm in a snowstorm. A bone storm. Man. She told me I'd have her back, but there's no need to protect her like this. She's more than makes me realize how great a swordsman she is. Saber charges without doubt. The foundation for all these bones. To defeat the unseen sixth servant that has invaded this mansion. Saber stops. The swarming warriors cannot be seen anymore. This must be the end of someone is standing there. A distorted figure. The figure wearing some kind of robe cannot be seen, as if only that spot is smudged in black. Ooh. A black shadow. I'm assaulted by an unknown unease the instant I look at it. Who was Castor again?
That was me.
Let's go, Momo.
So, you're Saber, I see. You are certainly capable of defeating Berserker. My troops would not even slow you down.
The figure snickers. It seems the thing in black is the master of the bone creature, Servant Castor. But no master? I don't see any sign of a master near the figure. Is Castor the same as Lancer? The type to take action away from their master?
You. Is your contract gone?
Saber asks unpleasantly.
Yes. He was not a suitable master for me, so I made him disappear.
I don't know what kind of expression the black robe is making. But Castor answers in a cold voice.
Master killer. Then your master is...
Already dead, but there's no problem with that, Saber.
Hi Bob, VND, yes, how are you?
We are soul eaters, correct? There's an abundance of magical energy sources. All that remains is, yes, if I obtain the Holy Grail, there will be no more worries for me.
So you wish for a revival into this world as well. I do not know which heroic spirit you are, but you threw away your pride for that?
Oh, so you do not feel that working for humans is throwing away your pride?
She did an Ada, I heard that.
I just cannot stand that. I do not wish to be anyone's servant. So I just became the user. You have no grounds to criticize me.
Ooh, you're playing some VR? Nice, nice, nice.
I would assume so. I also have no interest in your ill acts.
Saber's body inclines a little. There's only about 10 meters to Caster. Saber should be able to close in on Caster in under one breath and slash Caster away.
How dangerous. I tried to come and talk, but you act like there's nothing to talk about. I went easy on you, you know.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Die here in grace.
Saber intends to kill Caster. I won't oppose. I can only smell blood on Caster. I bet what Caster said about killing her master is true. This raid was also intended to kill everyone here. So there's no reason to stop Saber. First of all, Caster won't even be a match for Saber. I can sense Caster's ability. Caster is the weakest when it comes to one-on-one combat. In this situation, Caster can do nothing but fall to Saber. Don't do it, Saber. But I can't shake off the strange unease. This isn't like the hopeless promotion of death like with Berserker. It must be psychological hatred or an alarm against something bad. My left hand throbs as if to tell me Saber shouldn't go near that thing. I hesitated too long. Saber jumps and sprints to the black shadow. The distorted shadow smiles. Caster doesn't seem to be panicking about the approaching Saber. Oh, have fun saying that. Make up a word for that, Amumu.
Arfless.
Ooh, nice.
No.
I thought you were
Caster
going to say
says
ara ara.
Oh. Caster says something in a language
classy.
only me. Caster says something in a language I can't hear and casts something that appeals to the brain more than words. Oh. The world distorts in that instant. No, the density of the air changes around Saber. What? Oh, green. A huge impact. The ground sinks and it seems like something large just came crashing down on a Saber. No way. Casting magic without any actions? No, there was a murmur like a spell. Spells can indeed be shortened. The easier the magic, the shorter ones can reduce the spell to change itself. But what's occurring before me is a great magic. No magus can express that in one word. Even if it is possible, they'd have to prepare a catalyst beforehand like Tosaka does. But still, Caster executed a great magic with just one murmur. Caster isn't just on a different level. If that was Caster's magic, that figure is no near magus. Saber! Saber is frozen on the spot. Her leg froze as if kicked off the ground. She is bound in space right now. No. The earth surrounding her has transformed into something like clear gelatin. Even if I try to approach her, I'm pushed away by an invisible soft membrane. It seems that this is only around Saber. But as long as her feet are not on the ground, Saber cannot move.
I guess you took me too lightly, Saber. I do not know how good the Magi in your age were, but I have lived in the age of gods. My magic must look like sorcery for Magi in these times.
A laugh comes from the black robe. Saber is still bound in space. Oh. That face.
You're about to pull out your
He's on
Uno
your
reverse
way.
card, Chiru. Chiru's about to pull out that Uno reverse card on Caster. Your mom.
Your mom.
Just, your mom.
No, you.
No, you.
I see. So this is really all you are capable of, Caster.
She spits those words out.
Magic resist. Oh, sorry.
Wait.
That was actually a really good. That was a really
That
good
was-
sounding sound.
That was really good.
That made my ears go whoa. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
Do that more.
Yeah, you two do that more.
Do that more. That was a Mumu though.
Yeah.
Oh, Bob, thank you for the gift subs. What the heck?
Bob!
Let's
Hi,
go.
Bob, I miss you.
Bob,
Fuck you.
oh, what'd I do? She spits
Bob
those
out here.
words out.
Bob out of here. Give him money. How dare
We have a new
Thank
angel.
you, Bob.
Magic resistance. It repels even my magic?
The Black Robe retreats. After canceling Caster's magic in an instant, Saber dashes with lightning speed.
We have
Hell
a new
yeah.
angel.
I need to update those emotes, by the way, with my new model. I'll do that eventually. But ooh. Can we die again, I wonder? What do you guys think I should do? Which one's the death option?
Do you want to know?
Hesitate, because all the other tiger things were like, don't hesitate.
Is it hesitate, Mumu? Tell me. I want the option. I want the Tiger Dojo.
We're trying to get as many tiger dojos as possible, remember?
We are.
It is... The correct one is don't do it, Saber.
So it's just like encourage her to fucking die.
Don't be timid. We're cornering Caster. If we pull back, we might give Caster a chance to turn things around. Saber's sword moves quickly. He's already right in front of Caster, and Caster will be slashed in an instant. But Saber suddenly stops. Not because of Caster's counterattack, but by her own choice.
She's coming.
Oh,
It's a long
is she
pause.
doing? Is she cooking dinner too?
Yeah.
Wait, what? No! I feel bad.
I mean, she's not. She's here. Hi.
Yeah, see right there. There she
Yeah,
is.
what's
I
up?
feel bad.
I'm
What?
lying.
Don't feel bad.
You're cooking
just
dinner!
No, I'm just
Fuck
lying.
you.
You're lying.
I'm lying.
Fuck
yeah.
You're
you.
not lying.
She's not cooking dinner.
No, the line is you, not fuck you.
Oh, sorry.
To go take a shit.
Fuck.
All right, I'm gonna go take a shit.
Saber
Wait,
instantly
no,
tries to fuck.
Wait.
But she's too late. Saber totters as if grabbed by something. In an instant, she gets fucked. Literally. A warp dagger stabs Saber in the chest. Ooh.
Always wanted to get
Custom.
penetrated by me, right?
I mean,
I'm a little cock wrist.
about that. Okay. Sorry, hold on. Caster, that is.
Yes. This is my noble phantasm saber. It's the weakest weapon that cannot kill even one human, nor create anything. But it is an indulgence from the age of gods that is forgiven anything for one purpose.
Shira, run!
Saber falls to her knees, even though she has taken no wound. Saber, before I can ponder this mystery. Oh, this shit again. The last command spell disappears from my left hand. Yeah?
All is according to plan, boy. Now if I collect the magus and the vessel inside, my victory will be assured.
Caster's arm rises. A wave of air performed but no action hits me. Ah! I can't stand up. My legs are twisted like jellyfish from the blow and won't move.
I think it's about time. Stand up, Saber. Even if the gods punish you, I will forgive you.
A snicker. Saber stands up. She slowly walks to me with steps like those of bone creatures and swings her sword down with my eyes like she's having a nightmare. Or with eyes like she's having a nightmare.
Do you want me to laugh?
Yeah, laugh.
Laugh.
Good laugh.
Beautiful Saber. Now you're the same as me. You bear the crime of killing your master. Yes, as the same criminals, let us condemn this world to its death.
This is like the perfect character for you.
What do you mean?
I like it. Caster's laughter and tears
A
tears my eyes.
Momo evil confirmed.
No!
My brain dies with questions still unanswered.
Evil succubus.
Sucky bitch.
This is what happens when Classy doesn't pay his child support.
No, wait, that's his kink. He likes it.
Oh. Wait, not paying child support?
No, the dommy mommy part.
I see. Oh, it shut off. It's a weird ending.
Did it just die?
Yeah, my brain shut off.
Damn.
Tiger Dojo.
The dagger takes control of the person it stabs. Hey, Cloyd, can you come here?
Alright, it seems the enemy is gone now.
I have a bite mark on my head now.
Well, let's pull ourselves together. Let's start the rescue corner. That saves Shira, who has fallen into a pit just by getting sidetracked. The Tiger Dojo.
Alright, but Taiga, this dead end isn't much different from the last one. Saber goes berserk and kills Shiro in the end too, right?
Different, as you could have prevented this with a little more work on Shiro's side. I don't think it's all Saber-chan's fault.
Oh, Saber isn't here.
It seems she doesn't get depressed if the fault isn't all hers. So we're able to hold the Tiger Dojo with no worries this time.
Yeah, but there's nothing much to say this time. There won't be any more tricky choices like this. The story is nearing its climax, so you have to get it together, or you won't be able to get the real ending. There will only be one more enemy after defeating Caster.
We're getting info.
Get your act together and win. There'll be a chance after a crisis. You should fight without letting your guard down. Osu!
Done. We'll be waiting in the next Tiger Dojo.
Alright! See you, Shiro!
That was wholesome. Now let's do the right thing.
It happens once in a while.
Don't do it, Saber.
Penis.
Saber raises her sword. She's already within striking distance. No. Don't do it, Saber! But I run to Saber as if driven by the pulse of my heart. I take Shira away from cooking.
No, we wait. Patient.
Long pause.
We have a system.
You have a system.
Is it legit just
What?
you yelling at her?
Mine! Saber suddenly stops. It's not that Caster did something. Saber felt something from Caster and stopped herself.
You.
Saber instantly tries to dodge it, but Caster must have hidden something in the ground as hands of bones burst out of the ground and grasp Saber's feet.
I was not expecting you to have instinctive foresight, but this is it, Saber.
A blade emerges from Caster's black robe. Hey, we know what that does. It's a weirdly shaped dagger. It's thin and brittle, a blade not suitable for killing. Saber detects this blade.
Children.
Saber detests this blade, and Caster swings it as if their chance for victory. Saber must be surprised getting her feet grabbed from the ground. She does not even repel the dagger and takes it in astonishment. You I don't know what that was. I just had to go high pitch with it. What?
That was great. What?
What? Well, why am I dying? This is the right choice. I can hear Caster's voice behind me. I can't see what the robe's expression is like. All I could do was stand in front of Saber and take the blade in her place. But it wasn't a good job. I didn't have enough confidence to block Caster's dagger straight on. So I figured out it'd be more certain if I covered Saber, and I held her in my arms as if to hide her. As a result, Caster's dagger is wrenched open in my back. Gah. I stopped myself from crying because of the pain, and strengthened my grip on Saber.
Shiro.
I can't tell what words are being said beside my ear. Get away, Saber. Go back. Before I can tell her to jump away, Saber must have understood. My body moves. Saber jumps back to shake it off with the hands coming from the ground, and I'm carried with her.
Shiro, your wound.
Saber's voice is urgent. Even though she laid me on the ground softly, the pain in my back just increases. It's like having my back cut with scissors, then having lead driven into them. From this pain, it feels like a cell phone is being pushed in the wound. That's so specific.
Right?
Right? Shiro, please hold on. Please hold on. Shiro!
I guess she's not panicking. But the loud voice rare for Saber makes me rather calm. Hey, I can hear you even if you don't shout. This just hurts. So it's nothing. Take care of Caster instead. Nodding my head, I point to where Caster should be.
Yes, I will finish things right away. Please hold on for a little while.
Saber faces Caster once again.
So, that is your noble phantasm, Caster?
Saber's voice sounds threatening. The dark shadow clucks her tongue in irritation and raises the wrapped dagger in her hand. Warp dagger.
Yes, it is blunt as you can see, and it cannot kill even one person. But as you have sensed, it is a magical charm said to be the almighty in one aspect. If you do not wish to touch it, I suggest that you do not come near me, Saber.
Even though she says so, I can sense less composure in Caster than before. Even as powerful as Caster is, as long as she uses magic, she won't be able to hurt Saber. No matter what kind of a noble phantasm that dagger is, it won't do any good against Saber now. You should be able to beat her without a problem now. I order her, gritting my teeth. Hada.
Oh, is that fine, Saber? You can certainly corner me, Saber, but who will protect that man while you do so? I do not think I need to say this, but you're the only one that is immune to my magic. Can you not guess what I will do to that boy if I'm cornered?
Yeah.
Saber says from the bottom of her lungs. The sound of the bones increase. They surround us. Damn. I made a mistake. Even if I could save Saber, it's pointless if I'm hurt like this. I'll only be a burden like this. If it was just Saber, Caster wouldn't even be a match for her.
So, you said you came here to talk, Caster?
What? Saber!
Please do not say anything, Master. This is the right choice for now.
Saber lowers her sword. I think I hear Caster laugh amidst the surrounding of sounds of bones.
I shall listen to you, Caster. I may let you go depending on your conditions.
Are you sane? I hold your lives in my hands. If you act so boldly, I might just crush you.
Do not get me wrong. All you have is my master's life, not mine.
Wow.
But if you assault that, I will not hold back. If you are to kill my master, I will be sure to defeat you with everything I have before I disappear.
The air freezes. Even the bones around Caster are cowed by Saber's words.
Fine. I will not do anything to that boy. My target was you to begin with. There's nothing wrong with releasing a master or two.
I was your target to begin with?
Right. There's no reason to ignore a hero that can't even defeat Berserker. The only remaining servants are me, you, and Lancer. If you become my ally, Lancer is nothing.
3 are left? Then Assassin is already defeated?
Who knows? He's not here anymore, so I assume that he was defeated. It is only natural for a servant who cannot protect their master to disappear.
Assassin was beaten? That the master at Ryodu Temple is no more? I didn't even know his identity, but that means another master has disappeared. The only remaining servants are Saber, Caster, and Lancer, who has not shown himself since the first night.
This is the only useless talk I will engage in. All I want is your noble phantasm. Give me your sword if you do not want your master killed.
That is useless. I'm the only one who is able to use this sword.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. A heroic spirit must surely know that only the possessor of a noble phantasm.
Oh, you're right. Then in that case, I will just have to obtain you as well.
Yo.
However superior the knight, I can persuade it to be on my side. And more than anything, I like you. It would be fun to control you.
Hey, yo. Caster sounds really delighted. My lacerated consciousness boils up. I kick the pain in my back aside and get up.
Man's bricked up.
Don't be ridiculous. I can't let Saber fall under Caster's control just because of me. I decided to protect Saber so I can't stay down with this kind of a wound. I take the wooden sword in my hand and swing at the bone creatures surrounding me.
I'm caught in a love triangle. No! Shiro!
Saber's voice sounds urgent.
Oh, if you want to commit suicide, I won't stop you.
Shiro's in the bone zone? Caster sounds delighted. The sound of many bones hitting against each other. As if to nullify all of those sounds.
Shiro's in between two mommies and
Yo. Is that how I think it is? All the bone creatures swept away instantly by a heavy rain of arrows. What?
Sorry.
I stand there dumbfounded. The arrows that showered down like rain have disappeared as if they were an illusion. But it cannot be an illusion. The swarming bone creatures do not exist anymore.
Who is it?
Caster looks up. Saber must have already noticed this guy. Saber is looking up at the thing on top of the wall with surprise. Oh no.
Oh my god! Wait a second.
It's finally here!
That doesn't look like Archer.
I love this man.
It's not Archer.
I know, I'm just
It's classy.
No, it's not me.
Character.
There's something unexpected there. The man with his back to the moon is golden. The man clad in gold is looking down at the yard with a cruel smile.
Is that me?
Yeah, it was you.
Who?
She must have instinctively realized that he had destroyed her troops as Castor raises her voice. The man doesn't answer. No, he hasn't even taken notice of Castor. He is only looking at one person. The silver knight beside me. Bro, it's a love fucking square.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Answer. I am asking you who you are.
Castor's voice sounds emotional. And with that, the man finally looks at Castor. Castor gasps. He never realized what.
He looks so much like Archer in this, like.
He does, his
pose.
hair. His hair, too. Castor gasps, stared at by those red eyes. The man
This is my
stares.
second form.
Oh no.
Oh,
The thing
no.
isn't treating Castor as human. Even I can tell from here. It's only natural for Castor, who looked into his eyes, to be terrified by that pressure.
Why are you getting in my way?
She asks in a trembling voice. She must know she'll be swallowed if she doesn't do so. But
How was this one, right?
I think, was it Hawker or was it Cloyd? I don't remember.
Still got
I
that
think-
right. You had it originally, me, when
Yeah,
you split
yeah, I
it.
think you gave it to Cloyd.
Alright,
Yeah, you
Cloyd.
ended up giving it to Cloyd.
Okay. I have no reason to name myself to a mongrel. Get out of my sight, you fool.
The man answers with a verdict of death.
I like it.
A snap. When I realize the sound of his fingers snapping, the tragedy has already begun. Yeah, so we can do that. Many weapons suddenly appear in space and shoot at Castor like a machine gun. Alright, now say that one, Amumo.
I don't think that was me.
It's a spell! Is it not you?
I don't think so.
Castor raises her arm.
Oh, maybe it was.
Make a word for that one right there. Looks like it says Mpreg. Empress.
What?
I see M and then I see PRGG.
Mistress?
Mistral. I don't know. Fuck.
Sure. A film like Glass is created right above Castor. It probably has strength equaling Berserker's body. But it was useless because it's already made of glass? Question mark? Oh, it is made of glass. Shit. Built like a crystal, it cannot even block one of the showering weapons and shatters into pieces. A dumbfounded... Oh, that was actually someone saying eh. I don't know who it was, but a dumbfounded voice. Without showing any concern for Castor's question, they pierce the black robe. There's no mercy at all. The robe is pierced by lances. As the robe is blown away, more lances pierce it. Did Amumu just fucking die? The sword into her falling body, an arrow into the arm, falling to the ground, and the axe into the pained head. Each becomes a deadly guillotine. Survival is impossible. Castor is completely cut apart and dismantled. She now looks like a mound of red meat. Wind blows. The black robe who lost its master floats away. She's fucking dead! Floating away, the shredded robe still barely keeps its form. Now it is all that remains of what used to be Castor. I can't say anything. My strained mind just watches the black robe floating miserably into the wind. In that instant,
How insolent. I told you to get out of my sight. It should only be polite to kill yourself quickly.
the golden man roars into a voice full of contempt. What? It's not an illusion. The black robe twists like a wave, grows black wings, and tries to fly away. But it's too late. I don't know what the man did. It's just that a crack ran through the night sky. Dislocation of the sky swallows the black robe. It reminds me of someone getting run over by a steamroller. Oh, she lives.
Wait, Caster's alive?
It said and it sounded like
What
her.
the fuck?
Give me an The black robe falls. Underneath it is Caster, unscathed. There. She fucking dies again. Storm of swords showers onto her.
Oh gosh, I don't know if I should scream like
Scream.
that.
Scream.
Give it like a small, give it like a tiny scream, like
Like a little baby scream.
There.
The scream echoes
Hi.
through the night. The swords multiply in response to the scream, and the scream gets louder in turn. Oh, this can be taken out of context.
Oh, this is great. Alright.
Alright, I'm out of context. I'm moving.
It hurts! Take it out! It hurts! Take it out! Please!
Okay, someone clip it. Someone clip it.
Oh my fucking
Oh
god.
god.
So when we
Oh,
get
no.
shoutouts, it's gonna be a Mumu saying that.
No!
Caster must have regenerative powers like Saber. She cannot die when swords are stabbed into her, so her figure is too miserable. The rain doesn't stop. The weapons each differ in shape, and none of them are the same. I don't want to admit it, but each one of those weapons equals the noble phantasms of the servants.
No! This cannot be such a ridiculous number!
The merciless rain of noble phantasms. Caster struggling under it is just...
Am I dying? I'm going to die? Die in such a ridiculous fashion? No. This is too funny. No, this is not true.
a lot of ha-ha-has. And that ends it. With a black mist hiding Caster, the servant disappears. The infinite cycle of torture that I thought would last forever lasted only about 10 seconds in reality. Through it all, Saber stares at the Golden Knight standing on top of the wall.
It is a great sin for mere magus to even speak of capturing the King of Knights. It is rightly mine, as I am the king. Such a skewering fits a fool pursuing the king's treasure. So, long time no see, Saber. Do you remember the decision I made?
The man says in an intimate manner. Saber doesn't answer, but her glare is different from before.
Why that face? Are you still not ready? It has been 10 years. That should be enough time to decide. Oh, well, that's only for me. It must be like yesterday for you. Oh, jeez, what a silly woman. Making a man wait.
The man laughs happily. My chest is hurting. Partly from seeing that tragedy, but more than that, I feel sick when that man looks down on Saber with such a ridiculous expression.
So there are more mongrels left.
Commenting unhappily, the man turns to the mansion. There, on the porch in front of the living room, are Ilya and Tosaka. That's Ilya.
What is that?
Ilya is looking up at the man as if she's seen a ghost. Straightening her eyes, she shakes her head, saying it's impossible.
No. Who are you?
Fool, you cannot tell. I am one of the heroic spirits you know so well.
Liar!
Ilya jumps off the porch and glares at the man.
I don't know. I don't know you. A servant I don't know about shouldn't exist.
What? Hold on, Ilya! My call to restrain her comes too late. The cluster of magical energy Ilya releases shoots straight for that man. A clanging sound. The man didn't do anything. A mirror-like shield appeared in front of him and reflected Ilya's magic energy shot.
We would try to kill her because she just died.
Murder, murder.
As she fired the magical energy in anger, there's no way she can react to it. Ilya stands dumbfounded before the magical energy she fired. Shot back at her, probably.
Me?
That'd be Rin, yeah.
That hurts.
She is saved by Tosaka, who instantly blocked it.
I see. There's a strange hybrid this time. I assume that they have schemed a bit as not to make the same mistakes as last time.
The man looks at Ilya. Cold stare like the one directed at Saber. A stare prizing a possession.
No, 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 no! I hate you!
Ilya still glares at the man pinned by Tosaka.
I do not care about your circumstances. Open it quickly. You're the fifth one.
The man speaks plainly. What kind of effect does it have?
No!
Ilya shakes violently and faints. That's it. That's all that'll happen. All Tosaka and I can do is look up at that man. We both understand. He isn't looking at us. We would just share Caster's fate if we raised our voices. But Saber is different. She is staring at the Gold Knight in a different kind of silence. Yo?
Sure. That would be true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she just has to cook.
Why are you still in this world, Archer?
Saber tries to control her voice. Tosaka and I can only be shocked by her words.
There need be no reason. The Holy Grail is mine. What is wrong with coming to collect what is mine?
How foolish. You're not a hero like that. No, first of all.
Stop. If you say any more, we will have to fight. Well, that was my original intention, but I lost interest. This place is too shabby to celebrate our reunion.
Saying so, the man turns away. He turns his back as if saying he has no interest in us.
We shall meet again sometime. My decision has not changed since that time. Be prepared by the time of our next meeting. God, I said time so many times.
Time. Magus.
Magus.
The man disappears.
Magic circuits.
The tension in the air vanishes and the yard returns to its usual silence. But that's the only thing that returned. My home is ruined and Ilya is unconscious. Saber, keeping her back to us, still bears that heavy silence. Damn, so it's Archer?
Ayo, I called it.
I lay a futon down in the living room and place Ilya on it. Even though she's unconscious, Ilya's face looks calm, and there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with her.
Hey, don't look away. The bandage will slide off.
She hits my back. Ow! Osaka. That's no way to treat a wounded guy.
Shut up. I'm treating your wounds, so you be quiet for a while. Here, raise your right hand. I don't think it's necessary, but I'll put some medicine on it as well.
It's cold.
It's fine if you can feel. Here, we'll wrap up with the next.
She skillfully wraps the bandage around my right shoulder. It's past 10. After returning to the living room, Tosako started to treat my wounds. She started, but the wounds have mostly already healed. So all that's left is to treat them just for show.
Done. But are you sure you have a strange body? Only vampires have bodies with such healing powers. Are you really human?
I think she asked me something similar a while ago. Hey, I'm a normal human being. I don't even know how this is happening, so I can't give you an answer.
Don't play with me. Will a normal human be up and running after they've had their spinal cord cut? I never asked because it was useful, but because it's too freaky now. But it's getting too freaky now. Maybe you're from some place where people can only be killed by decapitation.
The worst part is, Tosaka is seriously considering that. She might come after my neck one day with an axe in hand.
Hey, don't you think so too, Saber? I think you're the cause, but it's still too far beyond human.
Huh? Shido's healing power is not his own?
Of course not. Do you think someone who only knows strengthening magic could do such high-class magic? His absurdity must come from being connected with you. I can only guess that your healing powers is flowing into him.
Yeah, flowing.
Is that so? I have never felt such a connection. If that were the case, my magical energy should be flowing to Shido even now. More importantly, my healing power is not as strong as
I'm right here, bitch.
Saber? Why this sudden pale face?
Saber is staring into space as if she can't hear Tosaka.
No, it cannot be.
Shaking her head, Saber looks away. Tosaka and I look at each other. Saber's acting strange. No, I know why. Saber's spirit has been low since that golden night appeared.
Well, let's put the matter of Shiro on hold. More importantly, Saber, did you know the gold guy? He was saying you were his.
His. Saber doesn't answer. It's obviously something she doesn't want to talk about. But I still want to know. Tosaka's question is mine as well. Saber, tell me if you know. Who was that guy? You called him Archer.
Yes, I do not wish to admit it, but I know him. But it is impossible. There's only 7 servants. He cannot be summoned.
Servants? So, he is a servant? No, that's obvious. But in that case, there's a big problem.
He is of class Archer, of course. He is not the Archer whom Rin made a contract with. His abilities and character are too different.
I know that too. Well, I guess I did. It only lasted a short while, but I was able to feel how much of a monster he was.
Hold on, that's not right. If he's the servant Archer, that makes 8. 7 should be the limit of the summons in a single period. It's not like they restock when some of them disappear. After all, even the Holy Grail doesn't have the magical energy to summon more than 7. There are 7 servants, because that's the basic limit, right? Then how can they summon an 8th? Hold on. Saber, you met him in the previous war?
Yes, Rin. On the last day of the previous Holy Grail War, I fought against him in the Sea of Fire.
My body tenses up for an instant. Saber fought him in a Sea of Fire? It's nothing new. Kotamine already told me that the fire was caused by the Holy Grail War, so this shouldn't be a surprise. It's just, I was unconsciously trying not to think about it until now.
決着はあなたあいつをきちんと倒したの
What happened? Did you beat him?
倒してはいません
No, I did not.
倒す
No.
ことはできなかった
I could not beat him because
私は逆にあいつに任された
You were beaten instead?
今回とは違う
He's someone you couldn't beat even when you were properly summoned?
勝てなかった相手ね
Saber hangs her head and doesn't answer. That pretty much answers her question. Saber couldn't win? Not just the imperfect Saber as she is now, but Saber with her full power? Is that even possible? If you look at her skill as a swordsman, Saber certainly is invincible. Admittedly, Saber was weaker against Berserker. But Saber has that noble phantasm. The noble phantasms of other servants are powerful, but Saber's exceeds even them. I don't think there's any hero she can't beat using her holy sword.
それじゃあ決まりよ
There's only one possible explanation.
He's hacking.
あいつ今回の
He's not a servant summoned in this war, but a servant that remains from the previous war.
そうでなければ辻褄が
It only makes sense when that's true.
My mind stops. It's not that I agree with Tosaka, but what she said matches what I've been hoping for since yesterday.
ですがそれは
but that is
ですがも何もないわそれ以外に説明がつかないんだから一度の聖杯戦争で
That's the only possible explanation. Only 7 servants can be summoned each Holy Grail war. If there are any other servants, they must be the winner of the previous Holy Grail war. Am I wrong?
Heavy silence. But why is she in such a good mood? Tosaka, what are you so happy about?
当然じゃないだって前例がいてくれる
Of course I'm happy. There's a president? Is that what it is?
あいつが
Okay.
何者か知らないけど
I don't know who he is, but he's the guy who won the last Holy Grail war, right?
ならあいつは聖杯
And he must have obtained the Holy Grail, and he's staying in this world because of its blessing.
つまり聖杯さえ手に
In other words, he's proof that you can keep your servant in this world if you obtain the Holy Grail. I want to capture him and question him about it.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know who he is, but he's a servant, and he's still here after the previous war. That means there's a way for Saber to stay in this world like him. Oh!
Go work your cringe 9 to 5.
Casual Crybaby, thank you for the raid!
I'll be
Oh,
gaming.
gaming! How was your stream? Hello, hello, raiders! How are you all doing?
Yuki.
Thank you for shouting out. You're playing Dungeons and Dragons, ayo? How was your D&D? I have yet to play D&D, but a lot of people in this call with me do play D&D.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. It was crazy.
Never heard of it.
Never heard.
Ah, yes. You mean the book that I bought for you?
The party is
Nothing to-
untamed. Oh no. Well, I hope you had a good time. Hello, raiders.
All
My
a
name
bunch
is...
of murder hobos?
Yeah, y'all a bunch of murder hobos? Are you just killing everything in your sight? Well, my name is Classy VT. I'm your local fallen angel here in the land of Twitch. I do voiceovers for visual novels almost every Saturday I can with my friends here. I've slowly been voicing Fate for a while now. We're slowly getting to the climax of the game. The first part of 3. But yes. They're doing their best to be good while also making some choice decisions. I see. One of these days I will play D&D when I have time for it. One of these days. Oh, sorry, did you read that, Hime?
I did not.
Okay, sorry, go for it.
Well, we don't know who he is and what his motive is, but I'm sure he's an enemy we'll need to defeat. So, Saber, what's his true identity?
A bitch.
I do not know. Even at the end, I could not tell who he was. The hero did not have a noble phantasm symbolic of him.
He doesn't have a symbolic noble phantasm? That can't be true. A servant without a noble phantasm can't be a servant. Besides, he...
Yeah, he was using so many. It should be easy to work out his true identity with so many noble phantasms. You should need to identify... You just need to identify the appropriate hero for them.
Then let me ask you, did you recognize any of those noble phantasms?
Of course! Let's see.
Tosaka ponders. She thinks about it for a minute. But then she tilts her head in confusion.
No way. That's impossible.
What's wrong, Tosaka? What's impossible?
I can't believe it. The bloody one was probably Dane's slave. Dane's slave. Dave?
Sure.
Dane. And the one with, like, the sickle was... Herpy? I was like, oh god. There was one that looked Chinese, and another that looked like a Buddha thing.
Tosaka looks crazy, talking to herself. I guess this is what you call digging yourself a hole.
That one was similar to Saber's sword, but it should be different. It seems like it's from Northern Europe, judging from its simple design. And most forms of demonic sword are from Northern Europe, but...
She starts to grit her teeth. Hey, Tosaka. There's no point in leaving her like that. I have to stop her now, or there'll be some damage. I don't need to add that I'll be the one damaged. Tosaka, come back.
Jeez, be quiet, Shiro! I'm getting confused because you're bothering me!
I'm not trying to disturb you. It's about his noble phantasm, right? I saw a dance leaf, Herbe, Durandal, Varja, and Kallenborg. Oh, and I also saw Gabolg. I couldn't identify the Chinese one, but those are the most famous ones, right?
You're right.
I'm hurt if she makes a face like that. I'm not knowledgeable, but it just popped into my head.
Oh, what does that mean? No hero has that many noble phantasms. No, more importantly, the sources are all different. I don't understand it.
Yes, that is why I could not tell his true identity. He has an abundance of noble phantasms. The proofs of a hero. I could not narrow down his true identity because he has so many.
The two ponder. Well, there's certainly no way to tell if he has that many. It's like hiding a tree in a forest or something.
Shiro, do you have anything?
She glares at me. Yeah, she's definitely taking it out on me. I have what?
Anything you noticed or guessed. Anything that popped into your head. But we need our unexpected opinions. Only accidents solve a deadlock situation.
She might be right. I see. You're making fun of me, right?
失礼ね。戦力外だと思ってるだけよ。ね。
Don't be rude. I just think you're useless. So do you have anything?
Nothing. I give up, honestly. Tosaka groans in regret.
となると結論は一つね。
Then there's only one answer. Saber, don't you think they're all fakes? Nothing else can explain it.
同意見です。ですが。
I feel the same way, however. I got
No,
distracted, sorry.
they're not fakes. It's okay. How did they arrive at that answer? First of all, he wouldn't have been able to pierce Castor with a fake noble phantasm.
ふーん。エミヤ君、その根拠は？
Oh? What do you base that on, Emiya-kun?
I'm saying those are real. Rather, everything else seems fake.
Huh?
Well, it's just my intuition. It's hard to explain, but those are all real. Lancer's gay bulg is real, but I think the gay bulg he uses is real as well. Yeah, it's harder to explain if she makes a face like that. No, forgetting that, why did I think that? It's just that all these things he used were noble phantasms. I can feel that. Cool image of a sword, we'll save it here. And we'll figure out the rest of this mystery next time on Fate Stay Night. The visual novel.
We're approaching
which-
the end.
We're approaching the end, guys. We're actually approaching the end, no way. Do you know we're approaching the end? Like I say every time we at the end of every stream technically now for visual novels. Hey, we're getting close to the end. There's gonna be like another 20 episodes probably.
Let's go. No.
We're getting there slowly.
Well, it's like we want to do everything.
No, we're not really doing everything, but
Yeah.
we're getting close to the end.
So I'm following along with the playlist, and we're on episode 48 out of 61.
Really? I mean, that's not
Yeah.
too bad.
2060 class, you'll still be going. We're almost to the end.
But we're almost there. I mean, that's not that bad considering we're only on episode 13 of our stream. So, I mean, because I think we have 2 days left, and then the epilogue, if I remember correctly. Cool. Alright, let me find someone to raid for tonight. And I'll be back on Monday or Tuesday.
Let's go.
I don't know what day, probably Monday. I'm gonna send you to Nezumi is doing Shadows of the Damned. What is that?
So there's something called shadows. It happens
No fucking way.
when
Really?
light casts on you.
That's such a phenomenon to me.
Crazy, bro.
I have a Poker Stars ad.
Poker stars.
They're
Are you gonna
advertising
start,
gambling.
are you gonna,
Is
are
this
you
banned
gonna
on
start
Twitch?
gambling on Twitch? No.
Isn't that banned on Twitch?
Maybe. I think.
Why are they having an ad for poker? I'm confused.
Only certain sites got banned.
Yeah,
I see.
I think there's certain requirements.
If you pay the government money, then it's okay.
Oh, you beat me, Bob. Good job.
So it's legal gambling or government paid gambling. There we go.
I see.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Grazie.